Hello and good evening, scribes. I hope you're all well. Happy Saturn Day. What is it? Let me think. 20th of April 2019, allegedly, by this so-called calendar that we follow, use, have bestowed upon us. I have sent the link. Let me check. Two brothers, Kevin and Andy and Josh. Yes, that's all good. I don't know if Kevin, your account's good or not. It looks a bit weird. We'll see if you pick this up or if you message me. I'll soon find out. Andy is waylaid. He's had a bit of a delay, so I thought I'd come on anyway and say hello. What? Much love to the scribes and fam. Our lass and the princess, the queen and the princess are out. So I just thought I'd utilize the quiet time. Who do we have? John and Jerry. Good evening. How are we doing, boys? Good evening. Much love. We enjoyed the sunshine. What a day. Come back from foreign pastures to warmer, inclement weather. Is that the right word? Inclement? What? Inclement weather. What inclement weather we're having today, boys? No, is that Mark or is that Angela? Either way, hello. Good evening. What? Ah, hello, Hertzeg new. And they do sneak in. I see ya. Ladies have just hit the room. Yeah, I got the washing in, look. Good. I'm being thanked. Thank you, my queen. It pleases me to please you. How are we? Anybody got any questions? What have you been up to? Anything to report? News, topics, chat, concerns, areas? Clickety click. I've tried enough. Man said enough. I'll listen to you. Easy, Andy. Good evening. Then about had a look at the well of Santa Cristina yet. What do you think of that? Easy, Lisa, looks. Greetings, salutations. One love. What we're saying? How are we all? I'm waiting to see if brother Andy and Kev pick up the links. I sent it to Josh as well. We're all good. All is well. It's been a beautiful day. Much has been done. We even had a tidy up. Got some rays. How's your day been? How are you? What are you saying? Me, I know nothing. I speak too much. Shiva boo, mom. Who might that be? Shivite. Jagannath. Easy, brother. How we doing? What we saying? All good? Okay. Got a little bit of news from Sun and Moon side. Spoke to her sister Karen, and earlier today there's been a bit of a report, and it turns out there's further information comes from the entity, and they're waiting on further details of a report by somebody. So I did say she could come on the hangout tonight, but I think she's got other plans, which is fair play. And yes, we're waiting on what the report says. But to give you an idea of when you manage a channel and you are faced with private corporate policy, this is what their emails will say, and this is a direct read from the message that the channel received. Okay. No, let's not use that one. Let me find a different one. 1 minute. Let me get out of here. It's terms of service. Wait there. Service state for YouTube. I've got another one. Stuff like you agree not to circumnavigate, disable, or otherwise interfere with security-related features of the service or features that prevent or restrict use or copying of any content or enforce limitations on use of the service or the content therein. So there was one comma in that, and that was after circumvent, and then the rest was just a full sentence all the way from disable to therein. And if you rewind that and have another listen, yeah, you agree not to circumvent, comma, and then all this is one sentence. Are you ready? Disable or otherwise interfere with security related features of the service or features that prevent or restrict use of copying of any content or enforce limitations on use of the service of the content therein. Wow, just got it out. And I said it quite slow. So there you go. You got to be careful. And we'll wait and see what the results are. And I have a backup channel, SPOs Pro, for this reason. We are looking at building some kind of back-end hosting server video. I don't know, it's got to be big, you see, and it costs quite a lot. So we're not quite that big yet, but we are looking at development of enterprise, maybe sponsorship later down the line. We'll see, but private encrypted video casting that is, our own. So we'll see what the options are. You'd think it'd be quite easy and open, but yeah, we'll see. It is, but not. So that's the ultimate avenue we'd like to go, but we will see what we can develop and bring, what the chats are. We've looked at all of the third-party video chats, and as great as they are, they all have their issues or requirements or payment systems. So, Brother Albert, I will look at what you've said about being able to cast on something like 15 platforms simultaneously. That does sound interesting for one, but again, it is on the back of other things. So, yeah, one could argue that the internet itself is, non-policed, so to speak, and a free for all. So even if you do have your own private encrypted video casting network, peer-to-peer and domain based, orientated, going outwards with unlisted links that are encrypted to VIP members and stuff like that. It's going on the public highway, which will soon be encompassing the not the five, the quantum bit binary, dual binary management of. So there is no defense, to be fair. So as much as thou and thee, thy, I, you, EWE, YOU go on about security and the need for and proximity of and this, that, the other, and onion, and it's all becoming obsolete very, very, quickly before our eyes, much like the powers of the electorate and the wishes of the people, the infrastructure of the UK government, and the fundamental benefits of getting our asses over to England and Wales and forming cooperatives, utilising the full trusts that our not privilege, but our entitlement, our rights, our benefits of non-legal tender, and the ways to manage debts that are pushed upon you in an administrative way from your local friendly government and departments of misalignments and administrative issues are the least of man's worries, in times of family crisis, need, desperation, breakdown, instability, support, care, nurturing, and love are the things that are needed much in these realms and communities that are nowhere to be seen. They're in somewhat of a scarcity. So, Andy, Kev, Josh, I, Greg, and now the two ladies that we're going to bring to you, Jackie and Kush. Yes, we will, be 7 effectively, which is not a massive number, but it's the physical 5 go up to 7. I've caught up with 90% of emails. There are some outstanding jobs to be done and some knots to be tied up. I did a little bit of a video earlier to just yeah, just to let you know of the area and the angle and direction of the future um, documents and publications that will be coming out as part of the Masters Guild. The work and the context there is a collation. Think of it as a collage of fragmented information that once you stand back, the collage makes a beautiful, masterpiece. But looking up close at this masterpiece, you will see each square that forms effectively what would be a pixel um, is not smooth and natural to the image itself. But on the whole, looking back, these pictures that you get, that's what we're going to do here. We go deeper again. Um, just look after yourselves and bear in mind you have freedom of choice, and you have a great many decisions to make and options before you. Let me go to the comments. Stuart, oi oi, long time no see. Easy now, Stuart. I feel that emotion, and I can see your face. I can actually see the smile of the clansman Richardson there. Easy now. Nice to see you, Stuart. Yes, brother. He did actually make an appearance at the annual conference last year. So, yes, it was fun. I'm actually smiling as I say it. So, it must have been a good time, eh, Stu? Lisa was going to do yard work, but won't to snow. Well, we do like the way that you work that broomstick, Sister Lisa. You got yourself a nice broomstick there for your yard, man. That was a wicked tune, that was, wasn't it? An absolute sick smasher. Sorry, an excellent dance classic, Broomstick by Dave Spoons, was it? Bad Girl at Night. No, I'm thinking it might not have been Dave Spoons, but Broomstick. Lisa Snow. Um, wow, just shows you, doesn't it, the planes and how opposite they can easily be. Woke to snow. Bonsoir, my globe-trotting buddy. Yes, Thomas. Bonsoir, bonsoir. Language. Brilliant. Much love to the Clark clan. Lovely day walks with fur babies, lunch with a friend, coffee cake, and a board game in the garden. More walks over the common. Oh yes. What's two sparrowhawks now for you? Fab day so far. Oh wow. Nice one. The Woolley clan for the Middleton clan. We all speak dictionary. Wait, commas, it was that one. Commas navigation, just deep and tell you set your sail. Sail, SALE. Nice one, John. Very nice. Folks, been an incredibly weird day today for me though. My neighbour's grandson was here to cut her grass. I offered him a tenner to finish mine. He said if he had time. Then I found out he was her Mormon bishop. Well, he sounds like a Mr. Bean sketch to me. Sure, you didn't just time warp to 1986. Find yourself as an extra in a Mr. Bean or Victor Meldrew. I don't bloody believe it, Margaret. 1 foot in the grave, either or. Wow, thanks for that, Lugs. Gracie Simon was going on, brethren. Why go on, brethren? What's happening? Why go on? That is an actual publication in Sheffield, in Pittsmore, and the Rastafari mixed race area. Why go on? News for the community. Red bin, not a lot. Hands tired. I was looking for Andy and Kev, Josh, anybody. Come and have a chat, but all is good. Might be a quick one tonight. Just to say hello. Saturday night, Saturn day. Sessions, just catching up. See who's about, different times. I do cast a lot, but different times, different clansmen are around. The beacon is always on. So thank you, Grace Simon. 7-8. I thought you could do with extra pocket money. Well, you know what thought did, don't you? We followed a muck cart. Thought it was a wedding. Don't think. No. John, we all speak. That's Jerry. Oh, no, no, no. I see where we're going here, fam. Decorum, please. Decorum. Oh, come on. Magnificent Seven. Yes. Clan of the Clark. Agreed. Magnificent Seven. We'll see what the ladies are like. You're going to like the energy. I know I've spoken to both. I've met one. Oh, I've met, have I, Jackie? Can't remember. My mind's scatty, but at the best of times. I know I've met Kush. I may have met the other, but I've chatted to the other. They are insightful ladies. Energy and balance that we need in the pale stale, chauvinistic environment of the yesteryear. Watched Tracy Blackwell and the Yellow Vests earlier. Police are running amok with them. This is it. Will they listen to reason? I don't think so. Not when there's mutiny to be had. Don't think the police we have a choice on rights. Don't think police think we have a choice on rights. I don't know who. This is going to sound really crazy, but I don't know who Tracy Blackwell is, and I know what the Yellow Vests are. France protest, but you'll have to expand a bit. Look, no, he didn't, but I found out who he was and he was kind enough to offer. Back to the grass. Stop it. Needed to keep shit at my castle. Oh, well, it's an informal chat, so sustained, and I make a rod for my own back sometimes. That's all I'll say. The bankers are the problem. Yes, indeed. The lack of education. I posted on the .com an Elon Musk picture about him stating he come from G Star in a chat and a text message, tedious link, but each to their own. Muskie saying that he didn't go to university, but he has staff working for him that have. Do not let schooling get in the way of your education. And as I've mentioned, Mark Twain said it to the actual real Nikola Tesla, not Elon Musk, and his copycat of Mark Twain. With the Tesla, I notice all, don't see all, but I notice all that gets presented to me. I'm like, further salt into the wounds there. Who do you think you are? You are neither Mark Twain nor Nikola Tesla. So, education is what you see where we say about the prime ministers and the CEOs, big companies, corporate billionaires that do not fulfill their functional term in the public indoctrination, schooling, academies and trusts. So they later go on to have high positions, multi-millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, government advisory, technological engineers. Muskie there is the founder of PayPal, SpaceX, and several other companies. Whether you want to get into the politics of all of that, man didn't go to uni, and he educated through other avenues. So lest we not forget, whoever that comment was, the bankers are the problem. Thomas Clark clan, hey up, the bankers are the problem. Education and lack of it is the problem also, and the fact that we have to, take instruction and requirement and submit and beg, like dogs, dog tags, mentioned about the boats and certain things and the way that it is and the popes and the colours earlier. Well, military and dog tags, dog tags, pack animals. All right, Godman from Scotland, old school ravers still love it. Windy Miller, Karma True. Oh, you've just broken through with a nice little vibe there, haven't you? Just broken through with a nice one, thank you. And good man from Scotland, old school floaty like Quaver, baggy trousers, sweaty shorts. Stuart, need to meet up. Yes, I. Eventually, we need time. Yes, we do. I thought I'd done some grown a foot taller and slimmer since last. We have chatted on phone. There we go. Aha, Jay. Nice one. Just by synchronicity. Thank you for the confirmation. Your vid earlier was fascinating. The vid about the history, thank you, and history popes set up. Yes, it's not my work. It's just the study of and where we are with the .com forum discussions, what we discuss, and I sometimes forget key elements to bring to you to further cement what the missing pieces are and how it does fall in, and others that go out there and immerse themselves into history, the control and the vaults of. I didn't mention when I mentioned Santos. I forgot to mention Jordan Maxwell. The family, not nice. It's not pleasant. It's not just right and proper, but the numbers and the research there it is key to understanding. Those that want to go deeper and learn history and be educated, that have got the mind, the tenacity, the consciousness, the yearning for it, or want to go and take the information and back to their own communities and whatever country realm that you're on. It's all applicable to all when you have one master religion on the realm landmass, and they rule above all. And every year, they not every year, every time they proclaim, and the papal, the papal fascinates me. The bull papil, and the way that even they speak. I can't speak Italian. I have the Italian surname, and the Gaelic, the Celtic um, runes, hieroglyphs. Very interesting, these languages, but the Italian seas and the papal seas and the papal bulls and the positions that they have and the elect history is deep. Andy has brought, the correlation of the scriptures and the characters and the what do they have in there? Very very vivid and graphic, correlations of modern day scenarios, life and principles, morals, ethics, stories, tones, undertones, keys and comments. So we all have a part to play. At school, history did really fascinate me. I asked too many questions. I had to sit outside the class quite a lot. My resistance to authority was noticed. I noticed authority, and I questioned it a lot. And I was a little shit when I was younger and at school. Nothing to be proud of, but it then scuppered me for confidence and non, investment from the teacher, not because of family setup, but because of me myself. And yes, interesting. It's held me in good stead now as an adult, but in the in the system, when you do not conform, you ask questions, and you are a little shit, and you are a smart ass, but you don't know it all, and you have dyslexia, and you don't mean to be a little shit or a smart ass. It's just that you don't see the world like others do, and the teachers, have got to get us all to be conformist, and the odd ones that may have, an issue there and not be a robot that can't perfectly repeat for the, as Mark Twain eloquently put it there, for the the schooling, the repetition, then you get noticed, and they don't like that, and the system will find ways of sanctioning and isolating and dealing with you, giving you marks, expulsion, and it's quite harsh to say that by legal um, barriers, by legal marker points, you are not legally responsible for your actions. 18 to 21, for this, it would come down to the parents, but whilst the pair that rent have no actual allodial title and only legal, possessory rights, their responsibilities, the government and the state have a free run with the relationship, but holding you with the legal punishable fines and fees for the child's bad behaviour, which the school was not investing extra time, money, help, support, care, allowance. They do sometimes. I'm not saying it's always the case, but on a national basis, it seems that there has been a study of late done about the schooling and how many have been taken out of school and how many are in other schools and what type of schools and how it's going. So it interests me. It really does. A lot to be said there. I did kind of splinter off, but sorry. Let's go back to your comments. It was an interesting cast earlier, and there's not a lot of knowledge out there, and knowledge is key, and that's why I went down the school route. I do remember, but thank you, Lisa. Yeah, is information in the world of all this information? Ignorance is a choice. I'm very quiet. Yeah, I'm trying not to shout. I'm trying to, my headphones. Sorry, I got it round my ear. That should now louden up, make you all jump a little bit. Sorry. Thank you, Wally. Tracy is one of mothers of the three young men killed on London Bridge. Oh, wow. Okay. I know totally nothing about that story. That's probably bad, but I don't watch a lot of news. I don't read it, but I do keep a bit of Euro news on and stuff, but I've missed that. I know nothing. So, looks, you're up that way then, fellow Highland Scotswoman. Nonna's up that way. Snafu was up that way, and somebody else. I'm not tired. I'm just being quiet and reserved and trying to be, a bit more laid back. Words make the world go round, not FFS. Just heard, what one of those paranormal things. You write like John. John, Cam and you are quite, your syntax is similar syntax. Odd. Connecting the dots. Hi, everyone. Happy Easter. Easter. Hello, connecting the dots. Much love. And if rebirth is something to be celebrated, then yes, we are indeed giving rebirth, regeneration, re energizing, re evolution of many things, renaissance. We are in the East and we are learning. I just realised I've got top chat, not live chat. Let me go live. Ooh. It never happened, Pie Man. There we go, I'm back. Romilly kind of grew on me. Ian R. Mark Christopher. Yeah, that's it. I've watched all of those as well. Very interesting. Um, we shouldn't judge. It's just the information we need, and then we need to compare it and archive it. See those that have done it, made videos. That's the best way. You've got the substance over the form. You've got the evidence, the audio, the visual, both. We have made a vault on the .com, and we're happy to say that G-Star has found a way to download all of the Indiglo videos, and we are now prioritizing out of the 370, 360 that there is there that we've downloaded the audio from the ones that are relevant, and then we will upload 15 gigabytes of the audio, I think, which should cover all of the primary videos. Some are 4 to 5 hours long, some are only 2 hours. So yeah, we're going to archive that, and then if we need to look at, excuse me, look at expanded later with the video concept and other such things, then we will do. But later down the line, we shall see. We shall see. We shall see if our words act as our swords in this whirling world, and then we may just be able to do what we want within line of common law and no harm, injury, and loss. But what I mean is the limitations of access will be removed. The key to the cupboards will be given. 44 years to mature me. That's it. I like a fine whiskey than I a single malt cam. Cam's a single malt. It's just matured at 44 years. Stuck on that levels. Yes, I am 41 next, I believe. Let's have a think. Oh man, next month. What we doing here? Yeah, next month I may be 41. May have actually matured myself, yes. I've heard mixed reports about some of these names. I'm not going to say which ones, Mark, Cam, the ones that mentioned. But yes, I'm open-minded. Power up comment, nice one. Thank you very much. Hearts back to you. White paper, toilet paper. Agreed, Jay. The parents, the pair of renters, father, mother, mum, dad, child, son, daughter, asset, entity, legal property. Wow, it's not legal property at all. It's a tripart. A tripart is what the three again, the collection of the mind, the body, and the soul, evidence of life and essence. Yes, is what's before, on an atomic level, on a metaphysical level, on a molecular level, on a spiritual level, and on a level of legal and law on the land. Um, as we've explained about commerce and trade. Trade is private, trade is man, and it's on the land. Commerce, that's public. Commerce is public. Commerce is available for trade and man on the land to enter into. You can go and order on the internet as you see fit, pick up your media handset device and order, shop, use apps. You are the private trade woman and man on the land, and you are using it privately to interface with the commercial realm. Now, the commercial realm, that can't come into private without consent, contract, agreements, and so forth. So as we've explained before, with the recognition of where you're at and who it is, agents represent the commerce. When you see an agent, that means that you're in public commerce, and there's an agent representing for a business, a body, corporate, to get in and do some business. If you are persons are where they're normally summoned, misters, titles, all caps, capital names, summons, persons, Admiralty Maritime, again, your legal realm. Persons can be used in commerce, legal persons and legal names are used in commerce, but ultimately your agents are there, and you would be the agent in office for your person, but you don't know. So you often assume not the agent, but the actual debtor and the one that is legally responsible. Maxims of the trust and equity. Those that hold the legal title are not getting anything to do with the allodial or any of the benefits. So it scuppers you, whether it be a constructed trust that you're in without your knowledge or not. Tough titty at your, peril, beryl. It is often futile for you to not recognize that. And then when you are a trustee and you have become the legal trustee, with that, you can also be these constructed trusts. You would be the trustee in there, the legal trustee. Example being V5 registered keeper, or after the registration of a little baby, yes, birth certificate being given to the informants by the state, the general register, the bondsman, bond man. Yes, you see, so seems to me after a conversation today, here's a bonus for the 23 that are watching now. Remember, we've had the video and the chats and the updates about the land registry, the mortgages, Michael O'Benicia, Michael O'Deara, RT News, and brother and Professor Richard of the motherfucking Werner clan worldwide. Werner worldwide. Okay, land registry. Turns out that through my chats in private, what I would like to put out there for you is that the land registry may hold a death certificate. After the age of 7, yes, the state does what? Under the 1666 CQV and the Unum Sanctums and the Catholic proclamations. But don't forget the 1666 CQV is a statutory Westminster Act, isn't it? Whitehall, Westminster Statutory Act. To the governable by their consent. We are the governable, the self-governable. We do not consent. Bum shanker. Aha, if only. So at the age of 7, the CQV, under the subsequent other master trusts of the world by the Catholic House, that are still in play, but the 1666 renders the certificate of death, I am going to argue, and it gets registered at where? At the land registry, perhaps. Maybe it has a little number on there, an EIN number. These CUSIC numbers and EIN and bank numbers and sort codes and treasury accounts and oh yes, it's all making a little bit more sense now. Just something I had a little chat with earlier, ballparking. data subject access requests are coming up. What we're saying here then, let me just catch up with the room. Letterbox outside. Lights on every big house. If I put my phone through your letterbox in your house, I've got a cause to legally to get access. No, it's illegally, it's your property. Let's just rewind then, Cam. Yeah, we have mentioned before about the postcodes and use of postcodes and non-contracting venues and replying from a PO box, and we've since said that the analysis of the removal of the letterbox and putting a Dropbox, secure Dropbox on the side, removing the number of the house, and also giving the house a name. So naming the house as Sovereign Croft, and removing the number, not using the postcode, putting up private property trespass signs, removal of implied rights of access, and then putting something like private property trespass, visitors are seen strictly by appointment only, and then give them a way of contacting via an email or some kind of unregistered SIM card handset thing that you can turn off and on to stop harassment. But yes, Cam, thank you for that and respect. And Jay, if you put your phone through my box, I'd keep it. Well, yes. Moving on. Cam, put your phone. Dog, stop it. Just practicing, so you just stop it. I like the word playing. Well done, touche, indeed. Dictionary, United States. Thank you, John, for that informative adjective. The police don't listen to reason anymore. Watching how they're treating the protesters. They are. Look at the Pelian policing policy. The police, how did they get formed? By whom? By when? When was they established? What is the Met Office? What is a crime commissioner? What is the highest rank and file officer on the land in the United Kingdom? They're not operating as officers under England and Wales. At one point, there will have been, in the inclusion of the United Kingdom, the corporatisation and the privatisation. That's the big key factor. Privatise, corporatisation. The corpse is there again. And then, yes, investment by European legislation, Euro officers. The common law is not for corporations. The common law is only enforceable by the ones that are aware of it. That's why it's being diminished. That's why there is no common law establishments. Why wouldn't a landmass, England, Britannia, whatever, the Royal Highness, I'm not giving her that title, I'm just referring to QE2 Elizabeth, the family, why wouldn't they embellish this, the portal of common law, all that makes Britain honourable and great. And I'm sorry comparing SPOspro.com to such that at all, but we have had to remove the excuse of plausible deniability from the establishment, estate, and the families and so forth, as I've mentioned in the video earlier today, and start to get stuff down and start to get stuff changed. And others are, you are too, by the way that you fight and trying to get case law made. Once a case law is made, those that do make case law, and there are quite a few each year, surprisingly enough, and there are ones pushing for integrity and law. That's it. That's just ultimate. That's the common law right there in action. Democracy, law in action, and it doesn't get publicized. It gets kept quiet. There are non-disclosure deals. It gets purported, blown out of proportion, often mixed up, and the media, how that's portrayed, the way that it's just all evilly controlled. It's not just right and proper. So don't try to go into a system that is evil, not just right and proper, and expect to do well in it. And the way to do it is to get your own systems and to utilize that system, like the system of the endorsement, accepted for value, transfer, bills of exchange, non-legal tender, private remedy, that you can tangibly argue and get to like the stages of where Michael's, Benicia and O'Dera have, got to be able to publicise. There's a lot I want to put on the front pages of the .com that I've been seeing banding around. It's a big hype going around at the minute. So it isn't something that we've got and found in an old book that we believe might be true. It's something that the elite, as I've said, we thank them for keeping it alive and well, and its heart beating, and the creation of money is credit creation. It isn't fractionalized banking. It isn't the reserve banking. The reserves that are there are the hordes of the elite, basically. It's been mismanaged and misreported, and trust has gone. Um, it's gone far beyond any kind of violent output that's required with the level and the heinous crimes against fellow man that have been purported in the name of profit and the name of greed. When you are creating these funds and you're just creating funds to buy the same houses and you're not creating any more assets in the market, then this money that's being constantly created for the new time buyers for these same properties. Granted, there are a few new ones built, but not far enough as what there should be. And these guys are creating that money, but to create the money, they need to keep perpetuating the interest and feeding the machine. And it's just the house prices keep going up, and it's going to be to a point where what you see, it is unstable at the best, to put it nicely. Let me go back to your comments. Jay, I'm not a sister, I'm not a brother, haha. Although I do have assets. Thank you, Jay. Not bored. Oh, I lost it. It's just reloaded and jumped down. Wow, really, I'm catching up. Phone, what the phone here? Wait, the life force. Book fast. What? Book fast. Aye, aye, aye. Reason, treating the protesters. Got you. 4 cans. 4% cider chillaxing, no problem. Last question. I can't trust myself sometimes. Oh, wow. At least you're honest. Respect. That's it. That's it. Got bored, yeah. Living in Malt District, it's nice to smell the malt mash in the air. You can smell it. Wow. Oh, yes. I've smelled that before. Ward's Brewery in Sheffield. I know about the malt mash. I know about the hops brewing smell. Not always pleasant, but yeah, it can be nice sometimes. Depends. Michael has put a shout out. Sisters are cool. Sisters, we need balance, energy, right and left brain, thinking, understanding, logic, creativity. 1666 Unijoint Treaty. Oh, yes. Interesting date. Legal occupier. I was never called that as a child. Well said. Trespassers will be shot. Wow. Second Amendment, you have the right to bear arms, I do believe, but yes, shooting, that's the police's job, is it not? And then asking the questions. Alan Stanley, thank you for that health benefit. I will look at that. Easy Funk Star. Thank you, Cam. Respect, one love. looks, John Peel, First Police Force, Glasgow. I think. Please feel free. I can't remember now. I do believe you are right. Yes, it was Sir John Peel, the Peelian Police Code. Um, Bobbies on the beat. That's why they're called Bobbies. And Robert Peel, not John Peel. John Peel was a Radio 1 DJ. So John Peel. So Robert Peel. That's you as well. You've put John. It's Robert. I will correct you. Yes, I say it's Robert. Robert Peel, not John. And Glasgow, correct you. Moving on. Keep your peelers. Yeah. Open your peelers. The peelers from Jerry. Yeah, there we go. You've got a fair play. John in his space. I like it. Nice one, Jerry. Much love to you. Shout out to the Cov fam. Whistle posse, blow your horns. Rewind selector. We will have a gathering in the summertime. Hopefully the rays will stay out and the 5G won't fry us too much. Might actually need some kind of tin army camouflage, tin foil incorporated with the army camouflage just to reflect the ions that may be bombarding us while we gather in said field. I'll let you know when we get more info from the fam, from Josh, and I'll get down or we get some bookings made. Where are we? 10 o'clock. Let's call it a night. I'm going to go and crash out. We'll be back with the fam tomorrow. I'm going to say peace and love. And thank you for the viewage. 26. 11 thumbs up. We're doing well. Hello to the new scribes and the returning ones. And the yard workers with the broomsticks. John is far out. You got to watch him sometimes. He goes old spacey. 5. Kirk Caldy. Kirk, Scottish word for church. Is it church? Kirk. That was interesting to find out. Kirk Caldy. Church Caldy then. Caldy. All right. Respect, much love. Yes, Jay, we'll be catching up very soon, maybe tomorrow then. Video chat, I think, me, the Andy, and then we'll be going out with Kev and the boys tomorrow night. All right, so go and find somebody else to watch. If you haven't looked at the ancient giants buried in Sardinia and the Nuragi tribesmen and the 8,000 mortarless towers that they built over the time, 1300 BC, and the Santa Cristina well of Sardinia. That's where I'm at the minute, just re-going over some of that and having a look at the moon's cycles and celestial things before. Yeah, it was just law, but I do like to take a break, and I'm just letting you know if you haven't seen that. Quite interesting. Thank you all. Much love. Look after yourselves. Keep your stars shining. You are a star. We're all stars. Gifts in the present. All right. Peace and love. Ciao, bello. And we'll see you soon. Much love.